This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. For conservatives, they exist in a different reality than the rest of the world. It's an alternate reality, just ensconced in a menagerie of alternative facts. And so when things don't go their way, as they did not on the night of the State of the Union, and with the reaction, the Republican response to Joe Biden's State of the Union with Alabama Senator Katir Brit. In fact, if you haven't seen it, I'll do this. I will play 30 or 45 seconds of her response, followed by my reaction. And there's a reason for it, because I'm going to play this Hannity clip where he says, don't read the internet. Don't go to the internet. They're going crazy. They're trashing you. And since I was a part of it, we'll preface Hannity's statement that I'm getting ready to play. But I'm going to play it after a little bit of her speech and a little bit of my reaction. Here we go.
Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. Look, we all recall when presidents faced national security threats with strength and resolve. That seems like ancient history. Right now, our commander-in-chief is not in command. The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader. America deserves leaders who recognize that secure borders, stable prices, safe streets, and a strong defense are actually the cornerstones of a great nation.
I don't know about you, but that was the most ridiculous thing I think I've ever seen. How are they so bad at this? It still cracks me up. So, giving you the flavor for what she did, what speech she delivered, what was orchestrated for that particular moment in time that did not go the way they thought it would. I mean, she certainly rehearsed this over and over and over. People, experts, strategists, consultants were in the room giving her advice, witnessing what was to come to pass, and they didn't pull the plug. They didn't change directions. That's what they wanted, apparently. So that's to give you the flavor of what took place if you hadn't already watched it. We're going to go to Hannity interviewing Katir Brit for the first time, and I want you to pay attention to what their take on it is, what their view of reality was, and it's not, shocker, that she did a bad job or acted like a weirdo. It's that Joe Biden did the bad job and acted like a weird, aggressive guy. It's all a bit much. Watch this.
Now, last night, Alabama Senator Katir Brit delivered a rebuttal to Joe Biden's State of the Union, and she joins us now with much more. Senator, good to see you. Welcome to the program. I hope you don't read social media, because whenever you do anything big like you did last night, it can be brutal. Welcome to my daily world.
Right. That's right,
My
Sean.
advice is never read it. Never read it.
You know, Sean, last night I called people to get into the arena, and when you get in the arena, you get arrows. They get thrown at you, but it's worth it when you're fighting for the American people, when you are fighting to make sure that hardworking families, just like you said in your last segment, that they are seen, that they have a voice, that the things they're concerned about, that they're worried about, that we're actually talking about them. Things that we talk about around our kitchen table. Joe Biden seems to be detached from reality, and somebody needs to bring him back, and quick.
You know, I agree with that. I mean, first of all, were you as shocked as I was stylistically? I call him Jacked Up Joe, and him shouting and screaming the whole night?
Absolutely. He was angry at best, seemed a bit incoherent with his messaging, and then wasn't truthful with the American people.
One, I love how she's so eager to get to her prepared explaining away of what took place that she interrupts Sean. She doesn't even let him get through his little casual banter and patter. She has to get to it. We're going to get to this. I have to explain this away. But more importantly and more telling of the alternative reality that Republicans live in is for her to say that Biden, in his speech, not her, it wasn't her, Biden was angry and seemed incoherent in the messaging. I mean, if you go and watch the 16 or 17 minute Republican response delivered by Katir Brit, incoherent in messaging and angry are absolutely two descriptors that are accurate. Joe Biden was not angry. Joe Biden was passionate. Joe Biden delivered a banger of a State of the Union, the likes of which we haven't seen for many years. It was coherent in messaging. It was a direction to the Congress to start making things better for the American people. It was prescriptions for legislation that can be passed, actions that can be taken by a government that is not unified because of the fact that Democrats don't control the House. That's what it was. But they deliver an incoherent, angry, disjointed, weird, incomprehensibly stupid speech that embodies all of those things, and then they blame those very things on Joe Biden. This, I can tell you this, there are rooms in Washington, D.C., maybe right now as I'm filming this, that are filled with Republican consultants and strategists who are trying to get ahead of what is to come. Because once Donald Trump gets out there, and once it is absolutely official that it's Joe Biden versus Donald Trump in the general election, it's not going to be good for Republicans. And they are right now panicking and scrambling. They are frantic to change the course of the wood chipper, the political wood chipper that is in their future. Because Donald Trump, as much as they accuse Joe Biden of being cognitively deficient or unable to communicate, those are the things that are afflictions of Donald Trump. He is the rebutting.
Will rebutting.
He's out of it. He doesn't have a prescription for America. He's now cavorting with dictators across the globe, trying to convince Republicans that's the way we should go. He has surrogates of his, supporters of his, pledging to end democracy, as in the case of Jack Posobiec at CPAC. This is the plan, which is an unappealing plan to normal, regular Americans. We don't want to jettison democracy. That's not something that is an American value. But leave it to Katir Brit and Sean Hannity to rewrite the history. And not long ago, like people forgot what happened and then you can kind of whitewash what took place. This was the night before. And you're coming in with your strong, Joe Biden was incoherent. Fantastic. Anyway, what do you think? I would invite you to this conversation. We can mix it up in the comments, have a conversation there. That'll help YouTube to recommend this content to new audience members who might, in turn, subscribe, which is great. I'm within 5,000 subscribers of 600,000. If you're not subscribed already, please click subscribe, join the family. I wouldn't say family because there's a lot of haters who actually subscribe to watch, but you know what? That's good. They're getting the information somewhere, whether they believe it or not. Anyway, if you want to participate in this conversation, you can call me, 714-576-4054. Of course, as always, again, you can email me daily at Dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. And if you appreciate what I do and you want to take your support a step further, click the join button below, become a channel member for $2 a month on YouTube. You can go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. And same rules apply there. I would appreciate it very much. Follow me on social media. I'd love to see you there. I'm at Dollemore, and I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.